Key bit is out. Let's fix the key. Right, the key bit is out. And I've had a look at it off camera. And what I thought was the problem was, and I don't know whether this is going to come out on the overhead or not. I'm kind of looking at the overhead and seeing where it's focused. But this is the key. I've marked the key that's got a problem. And I thought it was something to do with this spring, but that spring looks fine. So there is obviously something else going on here. Either way, I'm going to have to strip it down, which means hopefully just taking this section. So rather than what the Roland did on other keyboards, which is where the whole of the key bed was a lock-in strip, and it was one lock-in strip the whole way along. On this key bed, what they seem to have done is done the lock-in strip in sections, which is, I would say, probably more or less an octave in terms of from one key to another, if I'm looking at this. So I'm hoping that I can just remove that section there and then put that section back. But we've got to remove the lock-in strip first, and then we can get into this key and find out what actually is causing this sort of sloppiness with the key. It could be the spring is just got to a point of overextension. So what do I mean by that? So you know, if you pull a spring, and it will keep sort of like returning eventually, but when you get to a point where you overextend the spring, it won't return to its originating point because it's been overextended. It's been forced beyond its tolerable limit. And I think, well, I'm hoping that's what it is, because I've got spare springs for this, because this is the same. It's the same keyboard design as the U-series. Obviously, the U-series is a smaller keyboard, but the actual overall design of the keyboard, how it's been put together, apparently are very similar between the two key beds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to take that key out, and then we can have a look and see what is actually causing the problem. And hopefully it's something simple. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Right, so that strip needs to come off. So let's get a palette knife and just lift the corner. I should just be able to run that along. That's it, just like that. Up it comes. Interesting design. Not sure whether that's going to come across on camera, but what actually there is this lock-in strip actually has raised areas that actually go against the key. It's a slightly different design. Well, this is a different keyboard, obviously, than earlier keyboards. Very interesting. Right. So now, theoretically, I should be able to get that key out. So let's flip this over, like so, and you can see I've marked the key here. And it should come out. You pull the key forward and up, and it should then come out, and it does indeed very quickly. And there is the aforementioned spring. Which is got its grease on it, and Right, I have got spares. Okay, there's a new one. And there's the original. Put them side by side. I'm going to be brutally honest here. I can't see any difference between these two. So what I'm going to do is I will take a very close-up shot here. So that's the original. The original's come out. This is the new one. To go back in, the wings look slightly further apart, but other than that, I can't see anything major there. So just let me check. These go in. So the way it goes in is it goes in. That goes into a slot there, and then those go through these two holes that are there. Let me take a photograph of that so you can see this. So it goes in like that. And that goes over that. It's pulled forward. Like so. And there you go. That now appears to be good. So let's just turn this round so I can look at it. You know what? That works. That's repaired that key, which that was easier than I thought, if I'm brutally honest. So I think what we have is that key bed looks good. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin it back over. Oops. Like so. Drop that down like that. And then I'm hoping that this locking strip will just go back in without me having to do anything more to it. Now what I need to do is just get some pressure on the locking strip. So what I'm going to do, so I can run along. So I'm just going to use a flathead screwdriver here. Run along it, just putting pressure on to make sure that it's gone back, which it appears to have done. So I think on that one, I think what we've done is we've put a new spring in, and that seems to have repaired that particular key, which is good news. Well, now what I am going to do is there's sort of kind of a lot of surface rust on some of these keys, so I think I'm going to think of what I need to do to just get rid of that surface rust. Just bring these pieces back. Not quite sure how to do that at the moment, so I'll have to think about that. But on this one I'm going to stop there because we've accomplished that bit. and we're going to move on to doing the key. That's interesting. Looks like we've got a bit of circuit board that's dropped off from somewhere. What we've got to do now is work out where that has come from. Right, next